Wow.
Manju? So my mother worked at CW Post College Library for many, many years. I was pretty unusual in the neighborhood in that my mother, when I was in elementary school, had something to do that wasn't just taking care of the children. She went to library school, and she became a librarian, worked in several different places, Hofstra and Adelphi, right? And also at Kingsborough Psychiatric Hospital. And then she landed at Post, and she was there for 28 years. And so Manju, who worked with her, is going to say something.
Thank you all. It was my pleasure
You hold
to
it a
have
second.
a colleague like Helene Lehrman with me at the Instructional Media Center at LIU-Post. And as you all know, she worked for 28 years. So we became good buddies as time went on. Of course, you've all heard how meticulous she was and how professional she was. She was a wonderful cataloger, and if ever I wrote anything, my head could only rest content if I had shown it to Emily. And if she said this was fine, oh, that was the greatest satisfaction I had in sending it around. She was somebody I could really entrust whenever I went on any vacation. Emily, could you kind of please watch this and watch that? When I came back, there was a list of notes that she had, exactly on which time and what day what happened. And so I would go through it, and I knew exactly, the picture was painted right in front of me, like exactly what had happened, and with some suggestions, because there was always things that she always knew so much more about than even I. And it was great to have somebody who was in that sharing and giving way as it's all come out, and, with all of her children speaking out about her. A few things which happened, when I had taken off and I was going to have a child. And she was, again, very caring and very responsible. And then when I came back, she was urging me to come back, because she thought I had gone off. And I had gone off for over 2 years. And she thought, oh my God, is she not going to come back? Or what's happening, because, women need to come back and, get into the job stream. And she thought perhaps I had chosen the other way, and so, I did come back, and she was very, very supportive and helpful. And then my son, he grew to be about 6 years old, and at that time, we were getting rid of some World Book encyclopedias at the IMC because we had some other new version being given to us. And of course, this was not going to get wasted, and everything has a purpose, and Emily came to me and said, look, your son will need encyclopedias. He's growing up, and this will be great for him. And I said, all right, and I took them home, and I couldn't believe that this would have such a great influence on him. And, he used to thumb through all the pages, and he was like a living encyclopedia himself. And he started using some sort of bombastic words, though, because it was going on in a certain way. And then one day I get a call from one of his teachers, and if I could please make a conference, and he was my only child, and I didn't know what to expect, whether, what they were going to tell me now. So when I went there, they said, what do you do at home? And what do you do? Because we feel like his writing is, we put him down, we wondered why he was writing the way he was writing. And so, but even when we sit him down without anything, he's writing in such a language. The teacher told me I take a dictionary home because some of the words are just above me. All of that has happened, and then of course they wanted to promote him and everything. But, at the back of my mind, I didn't know how to take this. I said, this is not right. He's writing in some way. And I got a little bit concerned, and I came to the English department here, bringing one of his writings. I said, look, should I be concerned? And the teacher says that, she needs a dictionary and everything. And so when they looked at it, they said, look, he's going through, he loves words, leave him alone, just leave him alone, and, he's going to be great. And I must say he didn't turn out very good. He had a love for languages, and he had a love for everything. Finally, he became an economist. He's a little bit more meager with his words now.
He went to Harvard.
Oh, yeah, he did go to Harvard. Now, part of it, is all of this, which kind of helped him along, with languages, etc. As far as the caring part of Emily was concerned, one instance, I used to work in sort of some of these graphic-oriented things, and one day I was spraying something and the paint went into my eye. And of course, everyone rushed me to the hospital and you have to get this flushed off and everything. Emily came back from lunch. She didn't know what had happened to me, and she didn't know which hospital I was in or what had happened. And I think she must have called all the area hospitals, and finally she reached me. And when she reached me, I mean, it was so comforting that somebody cared for me so much, and I said, I'm fine and everything, and you know, so I felt so connected. I felt her warmth in all the way that she was. She called me home to see how I was doing. So it was just somebody, as I said, who was a friend and who was caring, was a fantastic editor and everything. She encouraged me in the arts as well, and I was also an Indian classical dancer, and on and off I would perform. And she loved accompanying me. And it wasn't just being there and watching, but it was also minding those little things. You know, you got to put a little pin over here, you got to pin this up, or you got to put your flower in here. So, you know, it was nice to have somebody in all different capacities, you know. There was no difference. I could tell her my deepest thoughts, and I could feel good about it, also relating to her at a professional level in the department. My last conversation with my dear beloved friend was last week. And by that time, I had been informed, you know, that that she may need this operation. And so when I did call her, of course, we were not going to talk about that because she was pretty fine and she was very caring again. And before I could say anything, she inquired about my family and how they were doing. And each one in particular, my husband and my son, and you know, with great detail as to how many years he's been teaching, where is he now, and what is he doing. So all in all, we will miss her. And the library and at Post, we all know her so well. And we're thankful for all of her services and her friendliness.